Desde la Universidad Militar Nueva Granada, en Bogotá, Colombia, transmite UMNG Radio. UMNG Radio. Una emisora alternativa, cultural e independiente. Desde la Universidad Militar Nueva Granada. Esta es UMNG Radio.
Tune in and speak up. Hello, English learners. Want to learn something interesting whilst having fun? Welcome to Tune In and Speak Up, the podcast where you'll get to know this beautiful language in depth. Each week, we'll dive into exciting topics, share practical tips, and tell you fascinating English language stories. So whether you're studying, going to work, or just relaxing, connect, listen, and let's make English part of your world. Wherever you are, whenever you want, just hit play, tune in and listen up. Tune in to UMNG Radio every Tuesday from 11 a.m. till noon. Don't just learn English, live it.
Okay. Hello, welcome to Tune In and Speak Up, the podcast from Universidad Militar Nueva Granada, where we explore the fascinating history and evolution of the English language. As you know, we are following the history of the English language, but today we're going to make a little break. We were supposed to talk about the Beatles and the British invasion and how the music helped in the evolution of the English language. But we're going to skip that topic. Today we're going to have that next week, because today we have a very special guest, someone who is here at our university, doing interesting academic work, and we're going to find out everything about him. Usually, in the past, in the last seasons, we had these interviews, and for a long time, I've been trying to come back to interviewing people, and this is the perfect opportunity for doing so. So, welcome, Jerome.
Thanks.
Jerome Vuaille. I apologize because I have no French. Okay, so okay, Jerome, how are you today?
Yeah, I'm doing great, and you?
Okay, I'm fine. Jerome is a guest at the university, at the Militar Nueva Granada University. And I would like to know, Jerome, why are you visiting our university?
Well, so I'm doing a double diploma in international relations and applied foreign languages. So as part of my third year, I had to do an internship abroad. So I went through many different countries, Spain, mainly Europe, but I had some trouble finding one. So I started going for Latin America, where I found this internship here. And so I applied, and that's why I'm here now.
Okay. So what do you study at the university?
I applied foreign languages, so English and Spanish, and international relations.
Okay. So how many languages do you speak?
3.
French, Spanish, and English.
French, Spanish, and English. Okay, interesting.
Other one?
Well, yeah.
Again, my university, I was learning Russian, but it's pretty hard, so I have a very bad luck.
Is Russian harder than Spanish by any chance?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay, very good. When did you arrive in Colombia?
Approximately 1.5 months ago here, and I started the internship 1st of April here at the
Okay.
university.
And what has been your experience so far in our country?
Are you talking about only the university or
No, in general.
in general?
But in general.
Pretty good. I didn't do much tourism yet because I was just trying to settle in and have my marks in the country. But it's very different from France, that for sure. The buses, I'm talking about the traffic jams every time. So this is pretty. In France, I used to take 15 minutes to go to the university. Now I'm taking an hour. So this is the main difference I'm noticing. Also the architecture, the people, of course, Spanish people. So I have to adapt and talk only in Spanish. My French now is pretty rusty, I feel, and even my English, because I didn't see much people talking in English here yet. So yeah, that's it.
Okay, but do you like it so far?
Yeah, that's a beautiful country. Even though I didn't do much tourism again, but yeah, I like it. I love it actually.
So international relations, right, or international affairs. Okay, what motivated you to do an internship abroad, and why did you choose Colombia specifically?
Well, the internship in the third year is mandatory to validate my year and have my diploma, and also it has to be abroad. I cannot stay in France, so I had to look for different countries and try to find an internship where I could be in a different culture, in a different language, and just to develop my language skills and redactional and oral and all of that.
Okay. So
Should we conduct the interview in Spanish?
I mean, why not? We
to
can.
validate your
Spanish.
Yeah, no, we can do
Okay.
both.
Yeah, but our podcast is in English, so
Okay. What has surprised you the most about life here in Colombia compared to France? Which city in France do you live?
Lyon.
Lyon. Okay. Do you have any idea the number of inhabitants of Lyon? Is that a big city?
I
Middle
think it's
size?
the third city in France
The
after
third.
Marseille and Paris.
Okay. Okay. So what has surprised you? You mentioned one thing, traffic. What else?
Well, I don't know. I didn't
Notice so much things. That was really the main thing that I noticed. So I am traffic jam, maybe the most annoying and the one I saw the most here.
What do you?
What do you take? Transmilenio,
Oh,
the blue buses. What do you take
I
to come
take the
here?
blue buses every time.
Never take Transmilenio. That's it.
Okay.
Are you living far from the university?
I don't know if it's far, but I'm living in Niza, near Boulevard Niza.
Mhm.
So I don't think it's so far because some people live in Niza and have to go to the south, a Los Andes or Externado. So I'm pretty lucky here.
Have you
Is
considered?
it the possibility of buying a bicycle?
A bicycle, I can well no because I might die on the road, so I don't want to try it.
Okay, good. What do you take to go to university in Lyon?
There's the metro. So this is changing your life. I think it's the government is building one here in Bogota. So you'll see the difference because this is maybe the best thing to ever have in a city. And yeah, most of the time metro, also tramway. This is different things, and buses.
Yeah, I know.
We have the progress in the construction is about 50%, give and take. So I'm very happy that finally we're going to have a metro. I have used the metro in many cities around the world, including Paris, and
Oh, and what do you think?
I didn't like it that much.
Oh,
I
All
mean,
right.
the system is fine. It's fine. I think it's getting older and older. The metro in Paris, at least some of the stations that I visited. Yeah, uh, I have experienced the metro in New York. The same situation. The best metro so far in Washington. See, yeah. Have you been to the United States?
No, never, never.
Okay. Okay, good. Let's talk about the aspects of the French culture that you have missed the most while being here.
I'm gonna talk about food now. The cheese, the best thing in France, and they have a pretty good smell. We can smell it very hard, and they are so good. So here the difference is that the cheese is it's like eating rubber. It's so weird. So this is the main difference I see here with the culture. Also, well, there are many typical food things in France with I forgot the word. All right, I'm just gonna go on other thing, but yeah, cheese most of the time. Also, not being able to be messing around with my phone in the middle of the street, because here I have to be careful or I might lose all my belongings. So yeah, this is these two insecurity.
Okay, yeah. We have that problem. That's for sure. Who do you live with in Lyon?
I'm alone. I have an apartment because none of my family live there, so I'm on my own.
Where do they live? Your family?
Well, I'm near Paris normally with my parents, my family. So yeah, I'm alone on this.
Near Paris
Yeah.
most of the time.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, okay. And what do your friends and family in France think about your experience here?
Well, they have a different perspective. My family didn't want me to go to Colombia because of the insecurity, and they were scared for my life. Actually, I didn't care so much me, but I mean, they're my parents, so they have to. Their word counts. Also, my friends, them, it's like all the stereotypes about the women here. They are very beautiful and say, "Oh, you're gonna see so many beautiful women," and think I'm not here mainly for that because I have a girlfriend, so not for this. But yeah, they were pretty happy. They were like, "That's great, an internship abroad in the military. That could be great, and it's a very enriching experience." That's it.
Uh, do your friends from university have to travel also? Are they visiting other countries?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, they have.
Anyone here in Colombia or near Colombia?
I have, I think, three friends. They are in Mexico. One is doing like in Erasmus. I don't know how it's called.
It's similar
Alright.
to internship. Yes.
And two are working like me in a company, and they have a very good time there. It's very beautiful, and the people and the culture, they love it.
Okay. Uh, which part of your diploma, of your major, do you have to develop here? What is your job here specifically?
What am I doing in my internship right now? So I have to study every month a different topic about geopolitical and international relations linked. So last month I did an article. Well, I made some research and I wrote the article about the Russian-Ukrainian war and its geopolitical impacts, mainly on Europe, because here I don't think you guys really are impacted that much. So I did this during the months. Now I'm working on migration in Colombia and the education and human rights things made by the government to integrate them. And this is like every month a different topic about migration or conflicts, geopolitical things mainly.
Okay, so you're writing an article, or have you finished writing?
Well, yeah, I finished just small modifications, but yeah, mainly over.
Is that to be published in a magazine for the university, or just turned into your professors? That's it. What is that? What is the reach?
The reach, yeah, it's to publish it on either the press, which is pretty hard, or it's as an academic publication. That's the goal.
Tell me about it. I'm working on an article right now, on a paper. Yeah, systematic review, but it's driving me crazy. Okay, back to your personal and cultural information. I have this question here. Have you discovered any traditions or local customs that you have really enjoyed or found meaningful?
Yeah, food, empanadas, arepas de huevos, tamales. Eso de pronto es el mejor. I'm talking Spanish now. Sorry. Yeah, I think this one is the best. It's very good. But you guys eat this for breakfast?
Yeah, we usually have.
Yeah, there's so much to eat. I can't eat after for the next meal. So that's pretty hard, but very good.
For the rest of the day, you're full. Okay, so everything except the cheese.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, we have cheese everywhere. I mean, we have brie. We have a lot of things imported from other countries.
It does not taste as good as the French one. I'm sorry to say that, but that's the truth.
And we have baguette. How do you like the baguettes here?
Oh, baguette. Yeah, I'm a French man, so I have to love it. Yeah, it's very good here too.
Okay, have you made a lot of friends around here?
No, because I'm working in the library all the time, and so I'm not near students. Well, I see them when I'm walking in the corridors, hallway, but that's all. I'm not talking to them, mainly to professors.
Okay, so I'm inviting you now to the conversation club that we have every Wednesday in the afternoon. So you can come a conversation club in English and share with our students. How do you like that?
Yeah, I mean, what are the main topics? What are you guys talking about? Is it like here or an activity in the class?
We talked about a lot of things, different topics: happiness, artificial intelligence, the future. We cover a lot of topics.
All right.
Okay, tell me about your academic and professional goals. Have you encountered any challenges adapting to the professional environment here, the work with the professors and all that?
Tutor is very good, and she's always with me, giving me advices and everything. So I'm pretty good here. I'm not having so many trouble. The main trouble was to find an internship, because this is a very hard mission.
Yeah, I'm sure that's the difficult part. How long do you plan to stay here?
I'm staying until 1st of September, so I have 4 months now to go again. And the internship, I finish it 1st of August, so 4 months overall.
Okay, and you mentioned that you haven't done much traveling. Where would you like to go in our country?
Oh, well, next week I'm going to Cali. I want to go mainly to big cities because they have so many cultural things, and I have to see them, dance, food, and the people. Also Medellin, Barranquilla, Cartagena. I'm gonna go in Cartagena for a few days in August, and also Medellin after Barranquilla. So I have a trip plan, and I hope it will be great, and I will love it, I think.
Oh, you will, I'm sure. Do you have anyone to go with? Are you traveling with friends from the university here or anything?
No. In August, my family will come stay for the month, so I'm gonna be with them all along, all during the trip. So family trip. But next week and all the weekends, I'm gonna be like with friends of the person I'm staying with right now in Niza. So yeah.
Okay, so we have metro in Medellin.
Oh, you have metro in Medellin?
Yes.
Wow.
It's been around for like 30 years.
30 years? Whoa, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's great.
That's a great thing.
Yeah. Okay. What skills or knowledge are you hoping to gain from this internship?
Well, first of all, my vocabulary in Spanish, because I have a certain level in Spanish, but my vocabulary is very limited. So this is mainly the goal. Also gain analytical skills because of the research on geopolitical topics. Yeah, that's the thing that I think many others maybe speaking with people, locals, writing in Spanish articles. But yeah, that's the main thing I think.
Would you like to go to another place, for example, Russia, live that kind of experience?
Go to Russia. Every country has their own culture, and this is the best thing about every country because every country is different.
Have you lived in different countries in Europe? You mentioned other countries in Europe. Yes.
Did I live there or did I go?
Well, maybe a short stay.
Short stay. Well, first year I have to do an internship again abroad. I did it in a hotel in Greece for 4 months too. Yeah, that was pretty good. Very beautiful country. People are very nice. I really enjoyed my stay there. Also, I went to Croatia for vacations for 2 weeks, but that was a long time ago, like 10 years ago, approximately. And I went many times to Belgium for festivals. So,
Did you learn any Greek?
yeah, I learned some Greek, mainly the bad words because the people I'm with.
That's the first thing you learn.
Yeah, in every country.
Foreign language. Yeah.
I can say some in Spanish, but I don't think that's for good for the radio.
Yeah, we don't do that. Yes. Okay. So what has been your experience communicating in Spanish so far? So I guess you're staying with a family who only speaks Spanish, people in the streets, etc. How has been your experience communicating in Spanish?
It was pretty. It was a very strange feeling talking in the Spanish because I never went to a country where everyone speaks Spanish. I was mainly in English or in French. So there was this strange feeling, but I adapt to it very quick. And my Spanish is not so bad, so I didn't have so much difficulties talking to locals and people in general. So yeah.
Well, obviously you take Spanish classes at the university, right?
Yeah.
And I guess I would say your Spanish teachers are from Spain, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you found any differences between the Spanish that you learn in the classroom versus the actual Colombian version of Spanish?
I know there are many differences, but I don't think I have some in mind right now. Mainly the accent also. When they are talking, there's a slight different accent between Latin America and Spain. But yeah, except that I don't have many ideas about that right now.
Okay. You can use Spanish at this point.
Yeah, I don't know if it's bad word. I don't really know what it means, but hágale pues, eso. That I don't know what it.
But you do know what it means, right? Hágale
No,
pues.
I don't know.
No?
I know it's in a specific context, but I don't know in which you use it. So if you can explain to me, that would be great.
Something like, okay, let's do it. Or you go ahead.
Oh, all right. Yeah, all right.
Okay. What about customs or habits that you have seen, that you have picked up, things that you have found different or interesting?
No, I didn't see so much difference about that. Just people here wake up very early compared to France because work is very early, I think. So this is very different because France, you start at 9 a.m., the work 8 a.m., but here some people start at 5, 6, most of the people actually. So yeah, this is the main difference, waking up very early to go, also because of the traffic jams. So I have to adapt, and this is the main thing I see.
Yeah, my wife is a school teacher and she has to be at school at 6 a.m. because classes begins classes begin at 6:15.
Oh,
Yeah,
whoa.
that's crazy.
Yeah, that's very early.
Everything is still dark. Students are asleep. It's really difficult. One of the reasons is the traffic. Really, we need to begin things early, trying to avoid most of the traffic.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. What strategies do you use when you don't understand something or need help with the language?
I asked the person to repeat the sentence, but like in a more easy way, like more like talking to a kid, because this is easier if someone doesn't have so much vocabulary. Or I just pick up my phone and go on Google Translation, and the most easiest thing. But yeah,
Yeah, now with the translators, that's super easy, but nothing will replace the experience of actually learning another language. That's what I try to tell my students, because they are so sometimes so addicted to translators, that they don't understand the importance of actually learning the language. Okay, very good. Look at this question. How confident do you feel expressing your ideas in meetings or conversations with your tutor in your non-native language?
for example, in Spanish, I'm gonna give this example. First, because I didn't talk so much in French Spanish just for the classes or presentations, so I just learned text and that was it. But here, first week I had to I needed to a few weeks to settle in and try to have some vocabulary, better vocabulary actually. So at first it was pretty hard, but when you go, I don't know how to say. The time I spent here, it will be again better in the future, because I'm in the culture. I'm talking every day, so of course it will be. I'm gonna develop this on time.
Okay. Have you visited the museums, for example, in Bogota?
I did Museo del Oro, Museo de la Moneda, Fernando Botero, and I did one other thing is the Catedral de Sal in Zipaquirá, I think. Yeah, that's the things I did. La Candelaria también. Right.
Okay. How did you like Zipaquirá, the Salt Cathedral?
Yeah, that's very different. I never saw anything like that in my entire life, so that was very different. I took some pictures, and that's a very good experience.
Yeah, I learned that there is one Salt Cathedral in Poland. Yeah, it's one of my. It's in my bucket list. One day I have to go there, because it's great. Okay, very good. Would you say that your Spanish has really, really improved in this time?
Yeah, because I'm writing in Spanish to show it to my tutor, so I have to have a good vocabulary. Of course, I go on internet to see many words and other things, but I memorize them because I see them every day. So yeah, I think my Spanish has improved. My accent too. I'm not so gringo now.
Not at all. Okay, great, great. And your English, where did you learn English? Your English is very good. Where did you learn?
Mainly, we start learning English in when we are like 8 years old. So it's like most of my life I've been learning English in school, and at the end of high school you're supposed to have a B2 level. So I think here's different. We talked about this before, and now I have the C1 level certified by Cambridge.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, we have differences here depending on the school. You attend the high school. You attend if you're lucky enough, you go to a bilingual school. Your English it's very good. If you go to other schools or public schools, your English level is not that good. But here at the university, you are supposed to get to the B1 level, right? But everything depends on the interest uh, the students have, right? Okay, that's great. This experience in Colombia, has this experience made you consider working internationally in the future?
Already a goal I had when I went to university, studying languages and international relations. So of course I have a international project, but yeah, this confirms what I wanted to do in the future, work in international organizations, and just be talking different languages, be in different cultures, be with different people from all over the world. That's the main thing that motivates me to continue on this path.
Where would you like to go next? Maybe, I don't know, next year, next semester, whenever you have the chance, or the yeah, where would you like to go next?
Well, so I already did Latin America now, Colombia. Maybe another European country or Asia too, but that's not on my field because I don't speak Chinese or Thailandese or any other Asian languages. But yeah, but I think that's a very beautiful continent, and I have to go to see how it is. Maybe I will reconsider my choices. Maybe I want to study now in Asia. I don't know.
Yes. How do you see your professional future? What would you like to be doing after you graduate?
When I graduate my right after that. So in France, the degree is 3 years. So I'm in my final year, and so most students do after a degree is go in mastery. Sorry,
A master's program.
to specialize themselves on a specific topic. So I'm willing to do like international relations again, but more like in security or cooperation. That's the things that really interest me. And after that, I'm gonna do many internships to go in a higher rank in the international organization or other things.
Okay. So right now you're finishing your major. When do you plan to graduate?
Well, at the end of this internship, I'm supposed to have my diploma.
Okay,
So-
and then go for the master's degree.
Yeah, I hope I will have the opportunity to have one because in France, I don't know if here you have this, but there's a platform where you have to apply, where all the masteries are on the website. So you have to apply for every mastery you want in a month, and after it closes, the university are studying the different students, the CD, the cover letters, and all the other things. And you have the answers in June. So in 3 weeks, I'm gonna have them and know if I'm going in mastery in September or if I'm gonna do a year off.
Okay. So you mentioned this master's program in security, like global security.
International security, things like that related to this field.
Okay. Where? Which city?
So I applied in France only. So Lyon, I put some. Lille, Paris. These are the 3 cities where I put some. Where I applied for masteries.
How long does it take to complete the master's program? Because here is about 2 years.
Yeah, that's the same thing. Yeah, 2 years.
Yeah. Do you have to pay a lot of money for this program?
It depends. If you go in a private institution, yes, you will pay a lot. I think if I try to convert it in pesos, it will be like 22 million, 25 million a year, not a semester. You pay for the year. But if you go in public, in France, the public universities are very good and they don't cost a lot. So, yeah, I think it depends on the institution if it's public or private.
Okay. And you have both kinds of institutions in line.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, like, have you applied to both a private and a public?
Yeah, of course. In France, the private, the public ones are the better, depending on the field. If it's international relations, It depends if it's in economics. The most expensive ones are good ones, and well, depending on the field, that's like that. But yeah, I applied for both private and public.
Okay, but you study right now. You study at a public university, right?
Well, it's different because in France, the Catholic universities are separated from the state, so it's considered as a private.
Okay, I see. Okay, you mentioned that you're working on the topic of human rights here in Colombia, right? Why did you choose that topic, and how do you see the situation of the human rights here in Colombia? What have you found out?
I think the Colombian government is doing a really good job to integrate migrants in the country, give them so they can be able to work, live in the country legally, and have opportunities in career or university. Also for the kids, even if both parents are Venezuelan. How do you say in English this?
In Spanish, Venezuelan.
Venezuelan.
Yeah.
Well, them the kid can be granted access to go to school and learn and have the basic education after they migrate in the country. So yeah, the country is doing a very good job about that, protecting human rights about migrants and people fleeing the country. So yeah, I think it's great.
Okay, and how do you see the same situation, migrants, but in France? Because I saw a lot of people, evidently, or from not France, but evidently, and you see these in soccer teams and everything. A lot of immigrants from different sub-Saharan countries, Africa. How do you see this human rights situation in your country?
Well, in France, the migrant is a very controversial topic because either you are for or you are against. And right now, with the Instagram and all the videos you see on the platforms, really are nourishing hate against them. So right now, people are more hating than wanting to integrate them in the country, especially Muslim people.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we have gone through a lot with the immigrant, a lot of immigrant population here in Colombia. So you think you're optimistic about the integration of these immigrants in our society, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
In every migration waves, there are a minority that is criminals and people wanting to do bad things, but this is only the minority. So yeah, most of the time, the government is doing a great job about that.
Okay, international affairs or international relations have a lot to do with diplomacy. Also, have you considered that a path for you as a future career?
I consider, but this is a very difficult path because very few people are diplomats in our world. So you have to be the top of the top to be a diplomat. Especially in Europe. I don't know how it is here in Latin America, but this is mainly for the elite people.
Yeah, it's exactly the same. And a lot of you need a lot of connections and things, not just a university major. Okay, very good. What does your mother do in France, and your father? What do they do?
Well, so this is a very complicated story. My mother is actually from Colombia, so that's why I have some Spanish, but that's why I have a limited vocabulary because I don't do essays with my mother. And so she met my dad in Colombia. He went for vacations, and so they decided to marry and she now lives in France, have the French nationality, but she's not currently working. She's doing only church work and voluntary work most of the time. And my dad is working in agriculture field, not directly on the field, but in a company. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, that's cool. Where is your mother from? Which city in Colombia?
Pamplona.
In Santander, right? Have you been there?
No, because she keeps saying to me that, oh, don't go, it's very insecure, they will kidnap you or everything. I'm like, she's exaggerating, but I mean that's
we can't blame her, right?
yeah.
Okay. But have you really felt that? Have you had this feeling of being unsafe in the streets?
No, actually no. If sorry for the word, but if you're not stupid in the street, nothing will happen to you. So for the moment, I'm doing pretty great. It's like just friends. I'm just not picking up my phone in the middle of the street. That's the main difference.
Yeah, that's basically the number one rule to follow, right? But it's actually very good. Would you recommend your friends at the university to come and do an internship or just come to visit? Would you do that?
Of course. I know it's a very beautiful country, even though I didn't see it yet. And the people here are nice. And doing an internship, I mean, it's a very enriching experience going in another country in Latin America. Also, because we're in Europe, it's pretty far, so you won't go every year in Latin America because the plane tickets are pretty expensive. So yeah, I would say tell them to go.
Is this your first time in a radio interview?
Oh yeah, 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 first time.
Okay, so make sure you share this interview with all your friends and relatives
All
in
right.
France. They're going to make you famous.
Yeah.
Jerome, the famous student from Lyon. Okay, very good. What do you have planned for today after this interview?
Well, continue working about my topics this afternoon, and that's all. Actually, I don't do much about except work.
Okay, very good, very good. Okay, good. So what okay, look, I have run out of questions. Okay. Okay. Do you have any questions for us? What
Well,
would,
yeah. Now
what
I'm
would you
gonna.
like to know about our radio, about the university, about our experience here?
Again, I didn't see much. I'm only going in the library and working about topics and reading books, so I can't see yet all the things there is to do here in the university. But I want to ask you one question. What do you think about friends? Do you have any stereotypes?
France, yes, we have. There are always stereotypes. We have this idea that French people are unfriendly. Yeah, well, they're not friendly to foreigners. Yes,
Depending on the city, Paris, yeah.
yeah, they have this stereotype that in France, especially in Paris, if you speak French, yes, maybe you go to classes here, you learn French, you go there and you feel like practicing your French. You go and you speak in French to someone. They would feel they would make you feel bad because your accent obviously is not going to be the best. That's a stereotype. I don't know if that's true.
Well, if a foreigner comes in the country and try to speak French, we won't judge him. That's actually a pretty good thing that he tries and he has the motivation to learn. So we won't blame him for that.
I I don't speak any French, but I was when I went to Paris. I had this lady came to me asking for directions, right? An old woman from obviously from Paris, and she came to me asking for directions. And
Ah,
what I said was, je suis désolé, je ne parle pas français. That's all. That's all. And she was like,
hey,
oh,
that's really great. Hey.
and she was like, oh, she was really a great lady. Okay, yeah, we have this stereotype. It's a great country. I really liked Paris. I went to uh, um, oh, Bois.
Bois?
No, what's the name? Blois? Ah, sorry,
Blois?
Blois.
It's a city, but
It's a city. Yes, I went to that.
oh,
Yeah.
there are a lot of castles there, no?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. There is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful castle there. I visited that place, and we went. The first place we went was this city where the these wonderful wines are from. What is the name? Wines.
No.
Bordeaux. Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah. I went there. Yes, it was a great country. The food was good, excellent. Escargot. Yeah, yeah. I did, obviously. But I found the same difficulty that you find here. That the taste is so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think brie it's a difficult taste for us. It's an acquired taste, right?
Nice,
You need to grow up tasting that. Okay, good, excellent. No, but it was a beautiful country. I enjoyed my stay in Paris. We visited the Napoleon's tomb, the Invalides, the Louvre. The only thing I didn't like about the Louvre, is that you can't finish.
It's very big.
Yeah, have you been there? Yes.
Yeah, a few times. You have to go many times to finish it.
So
Many times.
yeah, that's a very uncommon thing for a foreigner to go in another city except Paris or Lyon. Everyone when they come, they go to Paris. But going to Blois, that is a very different thing, and at least you saw many beautiful things. I hope.
Oh yes, yeah. It was very very good. It was great. Okay, Jerome. So we are about to finish. We're about to finish this interview. Thank you very much for coming to our conversation club. This is part of the conversation club, our program in English. Thanks for coming. Thanks for letting us know about your job here at the university, your academic goals, your personal goals, your professional goals. Thanks for coming and sharing this.
Yeah, it was a pleasure.
Again, the invitation for Conversation Club face to face here on Wednesdays at 2 p.m.
All right. Yeah.
Okay. So I hope to see you around again, and let us know your later in maybe a couple of months when you're about to finish your internship. Come by again. Let us know about your experience. How was the trip with your family?
If I can go back again to talk about that, I would love to. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you very much for coming, Leonardo. Thank you very much. And don't forget to tune in next week. We will have the episode about the Beatles and the British invasion as a part of the history of the evolution of English language. So my name is Jorge Bermúdez, and I'm from the Department of Intercultural Studies, part of the Faculty of Education and Humanities. Thanks for tuning in. Please send us your comments and your feedback, okay? And we'll see you next week. Thank you.
Desde la Universidad Militar Nueva Granada, en Bogotá, Colombia, transmite UMNG Radio. UMNG Radio. Una emisora alternativa, cultural e independiente. Desde la Universidad Militar Nueva Granada. Esta es UMNG Radio.